So this week, I just want to share with you, God has been so powerful in speaking, and I love it when God speaks. Oh, I mean, there's nothing better when you get in the moment of God speaking, and sometimes it's hard to even stand up and function when you're in that place. And it's just so, there's nothing better is one day in his courts than 1,000 elsewhere. Better is one moment in his presence anywhere else. But this past week, I had a scenario where I had a prophetic word over someone who had come to me, and their question was, and it's such a great question, and it was, why can't I forget? Why does this keep coming up? And it was awesome. I prayed for them and didn't think another thing of it. Well, then 3 or 4 days later, I woke up with this prophetic word from God. And the word was that the fact that you remember has no effect on your current situation. The devil would like you to think, because you remember, that it's holding you back. In actuality, you remember as a reminder of your victory and what you've already conquered. Yes, it's only a reminder of your victory. It should raise your shoulders and lift your chin at every remembrance that comes. So, wow, what a different perspective. What a turnaround on something that for all of us. And, I communicated with this person and I'm like, I'm going to receive this for myself too. It is so powerful. But it was awesome how God worked it out. I didn't even know really how serious it was. When I woke up that morning, I had that word for them specifically. And I said, okay, God, I'll text them when I get a chance. I've been incredibly busy, so I didn't even have a moment to do it. I was on my way to the church to do some work, and I'm pulling down the driveway of the church, and this was hours later, and God reminded me of this word again. And so I was like, okay, when I get there, I'll go in my office, and I will send the text right out with what you wanted to say, God. And so I'm walking towards my office, and I hear this person's voice coming from another office. They are never at the church in the middle of the week. I'm never at the church on that day of the week. I just happened to have something I needed to do real quick. And God just choreographed it all. There's no accident. There's no randomness in God. So this is how I knew. And I knew it was God because of all of that he organized, but even more for how brilliant his words were. That's how I know it's God. Always that super smart voice inside your head. That's at least in mine, it's the God voice. But how awesome is that? Because we do ask that question, man, why can't I forget this? I so badly want to put this behind me. But the devil would love you to think, because you're remembering it, that it still has a hold on you, that it's still affecting you today. When in actuality, God is saying that it doesn't even have that hold. That's not what's going on at all. The reason that you remember is so that you can celebrate that you've had victory and you conquered in that area. How awesome. We know we survived that. So that's why we remember. And as I've been just really sitting on this word, I can't shake it. It's just what's been in my mind, just washing and washing and washing. And I've just been mulling it over and really trying to hear what God was saying in that. And it was so amazing as I've thought even deeper on this topic. Well, God, why would you create us so that we don't forget these things? I mean, it's painful, but it's because of our mindset towards it. Because honestly, that is the way that we were created. We don't forget. That saying, forgive and forget. Well, that's just a saying. That doesn't work. How many of you have been able to forgive and forget what happened? In reality, we don't forget, and God created us that way. So this morning, as I was pondering, I got so excited because we don't forget for a purpose. It's for a purpose. Actually, what it does is it makes it so our faith is stronger. If we forgot those things, we wouldn't remember what we survived, what we made it through, what our victory was. And that way, when we start facing the next mountain that we have to climb or the next dark valley, we would have no recollection and no memory that we've already conquered something probably bigger, possibly not, but we've already conquered something in the past. That's why we don't forget, so that our faith can go stronger and stronger and stronger. You know, when I look back after this prophetic word from the Lord, when I look back on those situations, I'm so thankful that I didn't forget. The only thing my remembrance has done is made me stronger, has made me more confident in my God. It's given me more trust in him. It's increased my faith. The fact that I don't forget has made me stronger so that I can go through anything because I remember what I've already been through. So the devil would love to keep us in that place where we ask, the devil would love to keep us in that place where I can't talk. The devil would love to keep us in that place where we keep asking the question, why can't I forget this? And making us feel like there's a reason that we're remembering. And that reason is that it's having an effect on our today, that it's holding us back today. And that's not the reason at all. So we need to turn around that mindset. We need to be grateful for every time that comes up into our remembrance. The devil means it to destroy us. He means it to hold us down. But I'm telling you today, every time that comes up to your remembrance, I want you to put your shoulders back, lift your chin, and be like, that's right, I survived that. That's my victory. I conquered that. So go ahead, come up in my mind, because that just makes me feel all the stronger today. That just makes me feel even better today. The fact that I remember what I've been through and what the victory was and what I've conquered. So that way I know my faith is strong when I'm facing that next mountain and that next valley. I don't have to fear because I know I've survived already. With God on my side, I can trust, I can have peace, I can have joy in the middle of any circumstance, because even though I have that remembrance is simply as a reminder of my victory. Actually, God talks about this in the Bible. When they crossed the Red Sea, God told them, and I love this part, I'm so weird at words and just how deeply they are communicated. When they were crossing the Red Sea with Joshua, actually, God told them, I think it's in Joshua 4, that they were to take a stone from the middle of that sea. So your memory from that worst time, that terrible situation, that painful thing, take a stone from in the middle of it and carry it to the other side and set it up as a monument. Actually, they had all 12 tribes grab a stone and set them up as a monument. So when their children saw those stones and asked what it was, they could proudly say, this is our victory. This is what we conquered with the Lord Jesus Christ. So when you're in the middle of those situations, the fact that you remember it is awesome. That is your monument. That is your stone. That is your reminder of what you survived, of what you conquered, of what you got the victory for. So you go ahead. Every time the devil brings that in and he tries to drag you down and tries to get you to slump your shoulders and be all discouraged, I want you to lift those shoulders and put your chin up and hold on to that monument as a reminder that you are strong, that you are able. With Christ on your side, there is nothing too difficult and nothing impossible. That memory, that thing that keeps coming up in your mind is simply a reminder of your faith and how strong you are with Christ, and that he will get you through. So when you have those things come up, just be like, this is my reminder that I'm stronger. As long as I have Jesus, that next mountain, you know what? I survived the last one. I'm going to survive the next one. So I love when we kick the devil's butt like this. It is so awesome. The very thing that he may have kept you tripped up on for years. Maybe you've had some memories that have caused you pain for years, and you've held on those as something that holds you back, that keeps you down, that is still affecting you today. Can I tell you, we've uncovered the devil's lie and his ploy once again. You are not still held back by that. That is actually your stepping stone. That is actually your confirmation that you're going higher, that you're getting stronger, that you're getting better, and nothing that comes your way will harm you, because you have this memory. You have this monument that you have already survived so much. So today, I just want you to know, set yourself free from that old way of thinking that those are a bad thing. Because God even tells us, when you get the victory, set up a monument so that you can remember and you can tell your children of your victory, not of your defeat, of your victory. Because if you're still breathing, you got victory. If you're still walking on this earth, you got victory. So right in the middle of that thing, go ahead. Let that, God created us this way, and it's not for our harm. It is for our good. We don't want to forget the things that we've been through, lest we don't have enough faith for the things that we still have to go through, because in this world you will have troubles, but you can be assured that you have already gotten the victory and you've already conquered, so you will continue to have victory and conquer. So put your faith in God and don't worry about that question anymore. Why can't I forget this? Because this is how we were created, so that our faith can grow stronger and stronger and stronger. Today, I pray that you can get free of that nagging thought. Because I know. I mean, I had so many memories that were painful that I thought were destructive on me. And when the Lord speaks, there is nothing better. There is no drink of water from a cold brook that satisfies on a very hot day. Nothing compares to when God speaks to us and speaks to our heart. So when those thoughts come up, we're not going to take them as, oh, this is a bad thing. This is discouraging. This is keeping me back. No, it's not. You're going to a new level. You're climbing that thing. You're going to step right on it and move right up, and it is going to cause your faith to increase. Your faith is going to increase. The more you remember the stuff you've been through, the more your faith will increase. The more you remember that stuff, the more your faith will increase. Come on, we're tough. We like to just stay on the negative and be like, well, but no, listen. God created us this way. He did not make a mistake. God makes no mistakes. Those memories are simply for your strength, for your faith, so it can increase. We need to stop the devil in his tracks. He's so destructive. He's such a liar. He's uncovered and revealed today because he is powerless against the daughters of God. Completely powerless. And he has no right in our mind trying to wreak all kinds of havoc in our lives. And he does. And he gets away with it so sneaky and so sly, just in those little areas that we just don't even think of. Like I have never had that prophetic word for anyone ever before. Actually, it's something I never even thought of before. But when God spoke it, it caused me to really well on what he was saying. And then really the revelation that came from it was so freeing. It was so liberating. I'm so happy today to know. And I know that I've gotten healed from those things. I know they're not still wounds, but still the memory was there. So I didn't understand why that memory was there. And after God revealed it, oh man, I just have such a joy inside my spirit, because today I know I'm stronger. And this wasn't even a prophetic word for me. It was a prophetic word for somebody else. And I'm just taking hold of, when God speaks, God speaks. I'll take any word God speaks and apply it to my life. And so I just am so happy that God had revealed this to me, and that I'm able to move on with my monuments. I'm proud of every one of those monuments. And maybe our monuments are way higher than this tower. Maybe our monuments are super tall. But guess what? The taller this is, the higher I can go, the higher I can climb, the next level that I can go to. So go ahead, I'll grab a rock and a memory from all of those things that I've gone through and that I've endured, because those are my stepping stones. Those show my strength. That shows how high I can go and how far I can reach. So go ahead, build those monuments, stand strong. And don't let the devil tell you that this is weakness, that this is holding you back, that this is keeping you, that this is affecting your today. The only way it's affecting me is it's showing me how strong I am with God, showing me that I have increased in my faith, and I can go higher and I can go further, and so can't you. So know today, all those thoughts that come in that we say, why can't I forget them? The devil no longer has a hold on you. He no longer can lie to you. We don't forget those things for a purpose. There are monuments of victory. They are our monuments that we are more than conquerors. That is our monument, our reminder. I survived. I survived. And there's nothing even ahead of me that I won't survive either. Our faith has increased today, and I thank God for it. I love you, ladies. I pray that you have been blessed and encouraged by this brief word, but it doesn't have to be long when it comes from the mouth of God. Like I already explained the circumstances and how random this was. This is from the mouth of God. So be free. Put your shoulders back and your chin up. Your faith has made you whole. I love you. Be blessed, and we'll see you next week.